Hello and welcome to another episode of Story Hackers. My name is Joanna Fawakhan and I'm a children's librarian here at the Central Library in downtown Los Angeles. Today, we're going to hack our story by seeing something from different perspectives. Wow! Did you see that? It's furry, has a long tail, whiskers, and paws. I'm not sure it should be here in the library. Whew, actually, you may have seen or noticed some different things than I did. That's kind of the idea behind our main book today. A great person to talk about this is Crystal Noe, the children's librarian at Little Tokyo Branch, where you can see so many different things.
Oh, hi Joanna, hi everyone. You caught me exploring one of our garden areas. It's filled with so many living things, and I am filled or overwhelmed with so many exciting feelings. Just like in this book, They All Saw a Cat by Brendan Wenzel. This cat spends the day strolling all over, and as it moves from one place to another, we see changes in the environment and the way it looks. The pictures were all created differently to let us feel how other animals in those different spaces see the cat. There are a lot of animals in this book, and each of them feels very differently about this kitty. When we think about the reasons why they see the cat in their own way, it helps us understand and care about each of them. Now I think it's time to go inside and take a look at some of the other books that will help us hack into this story. Linking to books that help us connect to the story first brings us to 157. This area is for books about feelings and understanding them, or empathy. Our first book, A Whole Bunch of Feelings, What Do They Mean? By Jennifer Moore Molinos, talks about 44 different feelings. And this is really important for understanding They All Saw a Cat, so that we understand what all of the animals are feeling. And this is really helpful for when we're working with other people or for when we're making friends. Our next book I pulled from 639, which is the section about biodiversity. Biodiversity is just a really big word that means exploring all different types of living things. In Nicola Davies' book, Many, The Diversity of Life on Earth, we learn about different plants and animals, just like the ones we saw in They All Saw a Cat. And it's really wonderful and important to learn about all sorts of living things so that we can understand them and then care about them and also explore different reasons on why we should protect them. This book is also really great because it's got lots of great pictures and also fun facts. And here we see these two butterflies that look almost the same, but they're actually different. This one's the Viceroy butterfly, and right here next to my hand we have the Monarch butterfly. Our last book hack comes from 759. Express Yourself, Activities and Adventures in Expressionism by Joyce Raimondo talks about expressionism and gives examples of different paintings and activities that you can try. Expressionism is a type of art that shows the viewer different feelings and emotions that they can feel, just like we saw in our story, They All Saw a Cat. Now that we've learned about different feelings and emotions and biodiversity, and also about art, it's time to see how we can take all those things and try something fun.
Hi, so here I am at the Baldwin Hills Library, where we have had a lot of art workshops with students of all ages. And today I am going to be making some art inspired by how I feel. I actually have two from earlier that show frustration and joy. So let's look at my painting showing frustration. You can tell from the big, heavy shapes and the cool colors that I wasn't feeling very happy when I made this. I was feeling upset, and it almost looks like the painting is drooping off of the page. And then compare that with this painting when I was feeling joy. Do you see the bright, happy colors? They almost look like they're skipping across the page and playing together. But both of these paintings don't really look like things we see every day. They're abstract. So they use shapes and colors to express an idea or feeling. And they were inspired by an artist who did that named Jackson Pollock. He had a really cool style where he would splatter paint across the floor instead of using easel like this. And now I'm going to use my easel to make some paintings of flowers inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe. She was another American artist who used lots of different styles. But just like in the book we read, where different animals' feelings was reflected in the colors and shapes of the cat that they saw, this painting isn't really going to look like flowers you see in a garden. But that's what I think is really cool about the style of Expressionism. It's not supposed to be an exact copy of something you see. It's supposed to start a conversation and help you imagine what the artist is feeling. So just like when you read a book and you see a character that feels the way you have, or you can imagine feeling a way you never have before, when you see art, a painting, a dance, a sculpture, it can help you think about what feelings the artist is trying to show. And as a bonus, it's also really fun. So if you have crayons or markers or paint at home, I hope you'll also feel inspired to make some art.
If you visit the Los Angeles Public Library's Kids Path webpage, at the bottom is World Book Kids. Here, you can look up artists by their last names, Pollock or O'Keeffe, or anything you'd like by just typing into the search bar. If you're not sure how to spell it, you can type in the first few letters and the list will appear with words for you to look over and choose from. In pictures and videos under arts, you'll find many artists, musicians, poets, dancers, and artworks to learn about. If you go back to the bottom of the Kids Path page, you'll also see Tumble Books. Under the Storybooks tab, scroll down to Art Class. There, you will find a few books that will get you feeling like creating. The one I think you will really enjoy is The Dot by Peter Reynolds. For this one, you can play a video of the book, read along, and also play a fun sentence game based off of it. Like we saw with many pictures of the cat, when it comes to art and feelings, there's a lot you can learn from or experience at the library. Until the next time we hack into a story together, take care and happy reading.
Hello, I'm John Szabo, the City Librarian for the Los Angeles Public Library, and I hope you enjoyed watching today's episode and learned something exciting and new. I encourage you to read today's featured books, and then start thinking about what else you'd like to read. Reading helps us learn, of course, but it also helps us unlock all kinds of mysteries and discover exciting new worlds. We have more than 6 million books at the library. Yes, 6 million. So I promise we have something that will interest you. We also have a great website that your parents can help you explore. You'll find fun games to play and activities to enjoy. You can even get help with your homework. The Los Angeles Public Library is here to support your family, and our fabulous staff is always ready and eager to help you develop a lifelong love of learning. So keep reading and make sure to catch our next episode on KLCS.